Everybody, welcome to Snow Talk. Brian Good here with an evening edition. Special thanks to Weather Service. We were having a chance to head out there and say hi to them today. Always a great group of Mets here at the Louisville Weather Service forecast office. Okay, real quick on the stats. We are now down 1.3 for the season. Again, our average for an entire season, or actually an annual average, is 12.5. So right now we're down 1.3, but I wouldn't be alarmed about that just yet. This, though, is going to be depressing. As you know, there is still a chance for flurries on Friday, but I just don't feel that it's going to be widespread enough, and the confidence in it being witnessed by everybody is not even close to even a 1 on the scale of 1 to 10. So I'm not even going to put it on the board. So, and you've probably heard by now about the Christmas situation, so I've taken that off the board. So as of right now, for the next 14 days, it is at 0. All right, let's talk about the short term real quick. The rain tonight, mainly east of us. Not a huge deal for a lot of us, in fact, mainly east of 65. And then we'll cool things down tomorrow. We have a mix of sun and clouds around the area. Mid-40s are expected around the area. The more sun we get, we could get close to 50, but still a cooler day. Then we get into Friday. The cold air coming in, the coldest day we've had in a while, and the coldest we will see in a while. Temperatures there may not get out of the 30s in some areas. I think we'll have a few 40s on Friday, but I think for Friday itself, most of us will be in the 30s, and then we got a weak little wave. Could give us a few snowflakes as we head into Friday night. It literally is just that, a few flakes flying around. We'll take it. I may have to try to get a picture of it just so I can frame it and remember it for January. And then we get into the coldest period of this cold snap, which is such a brief cold snap. The coldest period will be Saturday morning. All right, now let me show you the two extremes that we have talked about yesterday, and they're still there today on the models. First off, here is the weekend. All right, I'm going to get to the weekend first, then I'll get to the two extremes. I got ahead of myself. If you got plans for this weekend, it is going to be cool. Temperatures in the 40s. We are going to warm things up a little bit on Saturday, but a lot of sunshine. And on Sunday, it is going to cloud up in the afternoon, and probably some rain showers moving in late Sunday night. I think it's going to be more toward Monday. But a big jump there. 40s, well into the 50s, looks like, as we head into Sunday itself. Now let me get to the two extremes. Here's the GFS from our friends over at Weatherbell for Christmas. Temperatures in the 40s, and would even have a few snow flurries potentially flying around Christmas itself. That's GFS. Here's the Euro. 75, if not higher. And look at the 70s, potentially going all the way up here in the northern areas of Indiana and Ohio. That is just crazy. It's even some 80s in the Gulf states. We have never been in the 70s on Christmas Day in Louisville's history. But you know what? If it's going to be here, it's going to do it. Let's go ahead and just get it out of the way. It's El Nino year, the strongest El Nino on record. So let's just let it fit the pattern. Question that a lot of you may be asking, are we going to see severe weather once a front does move into all this? Can't tell you that yet. But it is something we will be considering, obviously, in the final days of December. Now let's look at the ensemble data to kind of broaden out the situation a little more, to explain the direction we're leaning, since we have two extremes. This is Christmas Eve. The issue, it looks like, is the GFS is so fast with the system moving out on the 23rd and 24th that it is allowing a gap, a little bit of a dip to back build behind the low. It's a stronger low as well. So it allows for a back building of cold air to come in just in time for Christmas morning. The Euro does not see this type of a gap. In fact, it's mainly focused on the energy out here to the west already. It's already beginning our warm-up. The ensembles shed some light to it. They do show, at least for Christmas Eve, a mild pattern. We do not see a distinct dip at all that is showing up. So there's not a lot of support for the GFS there. Christmas Day, you see, I was talking about, you see that dip of the colder air that builds in Christmas morning over us. Meanwhile, 70s. I mean, what a difference. I don't think I've seen these two extremes like this in a long time in deterministic models. I know it's far out, but still, this is quite the difference to see. When you look at the ensembles, GFS ensemble does not match its operational run. The ensemble for the Euro does closely match. It is closer to matching, and the Canadian is kind of in between. So we're going to lean with the warmer idea. It fits the pattern so far this season. We were warmer today than some of the models indicated. So what would really change? And the indices really, as you see in a second, really don't give a lot of hope for the GFS here. So that's why the Euro is a better way to lean. It may not be that extreme of 75 to 80, At least I hope not. That'd be just crazy. But closer to 70, wouldn't rule it out. But then we get to the end of the month. Now, I don't have deterministic models to show you here for the Euro and the Canadian, but you see some cold air building in toward New Year's Eve. And the ensembles, actually, especially the Canadian, are trending colder. Notice the core of the cold air trying to center itself a little more into central Canada versus western Canada. And when we looked at the indices as well on this, they did show that the EPO, it's been a kicker for us. Yes, it's dipping now for the cold wave that we'll see Friday, trying to dip again on the 27th and toward the end of the month. And the NAO is trying to head in neutral, if not negative, and so is the AO. So there are signs that we may see at least a cold snap toward New Year's Eve. Is it going to lock in? I can't tell you that, but at least there's a trend developing. But wow, we got to get through Christmas first. A lot to deal with. Stay tuned. Much more on this, of course, on our newscast. And I'll be out the next few days, but I'll try to blog if I can, and I'll keep you updated on social media. All right, guys? Have a good night.